from the News Channel 5 Network. This is Que-pasa-Nashville.
Bienvenidos and welcome to Que-pasa-Nashville. My name is Christina Allen and thank you for joining me and welcome to our new set of Que-pasa-Nashville. We hope you enjoy it as well. Today my guest is Michelle Hernandez Lane and she serves as the Chief Diversity Officer for the Nashville Mayor Megan Barry's office. Thank you very much for being with us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Well, I remember you years ago because you've always spoken on diversity issues as it comes to procurement for the city. And now you're in a position that is so welcoming to most of us, to mostly all of us, and understanding how important that is to a welcoming city, which we are, as well as a welcoming state. But tell me a little bit about yourself. Where are you originally from? And you have Hernandez in there with a little bit African in there, so it sounds really fun. So
yes. Again, thank you so much for having me here. I relish the opportunity really to talk about the initiatives that we have underway here in Nashville and the work that we're going to do to make the functioning of government far more diverse and reflective of this community that we serve. Michelle Hernandez Lane. So my background is varied. I was born in Alabama to a Chicano father and to an African-American mother.
And we have to explain because some people don't know what Chicano means. And those, if you want to go for it?
Yeah, well, my father is Mexican-American, very, you know, what I call salt of the earth, Mexican-American man he was, passed away in 2010. But his background also is varied. His mother was a Kiowa Apache Native American, wow. And my grandfather was from, his folks were from Mexico. So that mixture together, but he grew up in a Mexican lifestyle, a Mexican American environment, joined the Army, went to Alabama to serve, or he was stationed there, met my mother, they married, and here I am. So.
Well, and I grew up in New Mexico with the Native Americans, and we did have a lot of Chicanos, those that believed in their heritage, even though they were U.S. born, yet they had the background. So it's always a struggle, you know, the identity struggle, you know, of someone with that. So, but exciting that you grew up with such a diverse background to be where you are today.
Yes.
So, as we look at where we are in terms of Nashville.
Yes.
You've been part of, I guess, Metro for a long time in terms of the procurement. What exactly was that role and why was that important?
I will first say that I see it as a privilege to have been able to serve Nashvillians in a variety of different capacities for about 15 years now. I did serve for quite some time in the supplier diversity world, if you will. And our goal there was to create a purchasing environment that created opportunities for business owners of all different backgrounds who wanted to do business with the city. So,
and why is that important?
That's important because, you know, we have our funding is largely tax-based. And folks want to feel that they have the opportunity to sell to the city, especially a city that they live in and that they support financially as well. And it's important to have, you know, the diversity of perspectives and to create an opportunity for our economy to be as robust as it can when everyone has an opportunity to participate.
In all areas of our community. So
absolutely.
And then a lot of partnerships are also developed, right? So
absolutely.
You can be minorities with minorities and minorities and non-minorities to be able to get the bids and to be insured and bonded to be able to make a living, a better living.
And you know what we often see still today is that there are a number of minority, woman-owned businesses, small businesses who are very interested in doing business with the city. They simply don't sell the kinds of things that the city buys to deliver services to taxpayers. And what they do find often is that they are able to negotiate and to connect with each other and to sell, you know, goods and services to each other, to service each other in some capacity. And we like to create those platforms, those opportunities for folks to come together and to create those opportunities to do business. We certainly want to have them do business with the city as much as is possible, but we also want to create opportunities for them to do business with each other and thereby feed into the larger Nashville economy.
So this is a perfect background that leads you. Mayor Megan Berry ran with creating a more diverse community. We know that the human relations study came out where there was just a disparity of not just gender, women and men, but where they were in terms of minorities, male, female, and the bigger picture of positions and growth and potential growth. With this background of yours, I know that a creation of a chief diversity officer was on her platform, which she became just became after, I guess, 6 months or so. You became that holding that position, which I find it thrilling because of your background. It wasn't just someone, oh, diversity, hoo-hoo. It's you understand what it means. So kind of give me an idea what it is you'll be doing, and the position is a direct report to the mayor, isn't it?
It is.
That is huge. I applaud that.
I will say this first, Christina, that I think it makes a difference when you have an individual who is committed to doing the right thing and who has a track record also, though it be in a different arena, very related arena. What I can tell Nashvillians is that they can feel excited to know that they've got somebody who's going to work hard, who's going to put the rubber to the road and really, really work to make a difference. What we are very vested in doing is ensuring that we reflect the diversity of Nashville and the city of Nashville's workforce, in our purchasing, in our boards and commissions representation, et cetera. As it relates to workforce specifically, and you mentioned the Human Relations Commission report, we are going to be extremely focused on ensuring that we not only recruit, but that we attract, that we retain, develop a workforce that is reflective of the diversity that is Nashville. I think that getting the numbers up is important. We do have to have the representation, but the experience is big for us as well. In addition to growing the diversity of the workforce, we want to change the corporate culture and to really influence it in such a way that the experience is that people come in, those numbers are up, but they want to stay.
So retention is also huge.
Retention and attraction, because people talk. And when you come to work for the city of Nashville, and it's a great, warm, welcoming place where you're able to contribute freely, you tell your cousin, you tell your church member, you talk to other people who then gain an expectation about what it means to be an employee of the city of Nashville, and it's attractive to them. So we want to recruit, but we also want to attract.
And so as we have many different listeners, and a lot of the viewers here, it's new to a lot of viewers. And I joke because I'm married to a Southern white male from, went to school here, went to UT Knoxville, and being part of my family, Hispanic from Mexico, we go there a lot. It was all new to him, but he embraces it. But it's assets of diversity bring assets of solution, opportunity, power in terms of making Nashville great. Is it a hard sell to some, or is it? And what's the challenge in that?
Yeah, I think that's a very fair question. I think that for some people who've not really been exposed to different cultures and different, diversity of perspective, if you will, that it is a challenge to deviate from what they've always done and what they've always known. But I think that is the challenge for us, is to realize and to embrace the value that comes with having that diversity of perspective. My 15-year-old son says to me, Mama, the true definition of insanity is doing the same thing you always did and expecting a different outcome. And if we only look at things the way that we always have without embracing a diverse perspective, then we can't really expect reasonably and realistically to get anything different than what we've always gotten. And we know that Nashville is not where it always was. It's a different place with people from different, walks of life and backgrounds, and we've got to look at it differently.
And I always give the example of Blockbuster. For those of us remember Blockbuster, it's no longer existing because they didn't evolve with the demographic and technological chip. Now we have Netflix, we have online, we have so many opportunities. We have to be relevant. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to be right back with Que-pasa-Nashville as we continue our conversation with Michelle Hernandez Lane with the Metro Mayor's Office. Gracias.